boys and girls, it's Kid Bombing here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you can join me on this brand new video. It seems like you came to the right place. Some of you are quite new. My name is Kid Bombing, by the way, and looks like I'll be doing another video of reading out. So, I'd like to thank you for subscribe to my channel, always an expand notification, especially your written comments. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys. You've been absolute fantastic. I can't believe how much you enjoyed my videos so far, and you feel a bit more enthusiastic. And I do apologise for you guys. I was quite busy, because I've got busy days for college 2 days a week, but I was to make sure I will always do my best. Okay, so I will do another reading Disney stories. I'll show you, if you're quite familiar, I have got the Tigger Movie. Some of you like Winnie Pooh. I do like Winnie Pooh. I like Tigger Movie. It was my favourite childhood Disney film. And okay, so I hope you like this book. And I got this from a charity shop. And some of you might already have seen my previous videos of reading Disney stories. So, let's have a go reading this book. Some of you quite familiar, familiar with Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. And you can see Winnie the Pooh and his friends. You can see Tigger, Owl, Piglet, Rabbit, Eeyore, Kangaroo and Pooh, including Tigger. So I will go to read it to you guys, every single page with word to word. I will read through this every single word also. So if you are welcome to wear headphones, if it's highly recommended, you can listen to your headphones when you listen to me when I read to you. Yep, let's get ready to read to you. It was a terrified autumn day in 100 acre woods. Hoo 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 hoo! Tigger happily called, bouncing through the freshly fallen leaves. It's wonderful to be a one and only me. In fact, Tigger felt so wonderful that he decided to share his bounciness with his good friend Winnie the Pooh. How do you do, Pooh? Tigger greeted him. Yeah, wanna go bouncing with me? Well, I would, Pooh answered. Except I must count my honey pots for winter. Yuck! Tigger replied, accidentally stepping into one. I never understand why you Poohs like this icky stuff. Well, anyway, do you even? Turns out I know. So Tigger bounced over to Piglet's house. Hiya, Piglet, old pal, Tigger called. What say you I do a little bouncing? But Piglet was too busy collecting firewood for winter. Tigger saw Kangaroo next, but Kangaroo also had too much work to do to go bouncing. What Tigger didn't realise was that Roo would love to go bouncing with him. But by the time Kangaroo ran out of her house, Tigger had gone. Tigger sat down in a large rock. Why would anyone not want to bounce? He wondered. Tigger was sure someone would want to bounce with him, so he bounced off the rock and back into the forest. He didn't notice the rock had come loose. It rolled down the hill and landed, crash, right on the top of the eel's house. Eel was okay, but his house, it wasn't. It was stuck under the rock. It wasn't long before everyone but Tigger came round to help. Tigger still didn't know what had happened. Rabbit came up with a plan to move the rock. Everyone helped him construct the funny-looking device. No one really knew how it worked, but Rabbit was sure it would. They pushed and pulled, but the rock didn't budge. "Hello, folks," called Tigger, spinning into the group. "Anyone up for the little bouncing?" "We have no time for such nonsense," cried Rabbit. "There's work to do." "What, moving that old thing?" Tigger asked. "Examine the rock." "Not a problem. All you need is a little bouncing." "You think bouncing will move this boulder?" said Rabbit. "Ha ha, it's almost amusing." "Here, I'll show you," Tigger answered. He wound himself like a giant spring and bound and unleashed this biggest bounce ever. The rock went flying. Unfortunately, so did Eel and all his friends. Round and round they tumbled and scrambled until the funny splat. They landed in the mud. "Now that's out of the way," Tigger said to his muddy buddies. "Who's up for a little fun type bouncing?" "Just looking at this mess," Rabbit shouted angrily. Everything's ruined. All you can think about is bouncing." "Well, yeah," Tigger instantly answered. That's what Tiggers do best." "But we are not Tiggers," Pooh reminded himself gently. Yeah, I mean, no one wants to bounce with me," Tigger asked sadly. He walked off into the forest all alone. "Who needs anyway?" Tigger exclaimed. "I'll just bounce by myself with nobody else." But Tigger, Roo protested. "Joining him, aren't there other Tiggers? I have a mama. Don't you have any family somewhere too?" A family? Tigger had never thought of such a thing before. It was a funny idea. A family full of Tiggers? "Yes, eh?" he asked excitedly, bouncing up and down. But Tigger didn't know where to find his family, so he and Roo went to ask Owl. While Owl rumbled on about family trees, Tigger accidentally knocked some pictures off the wall. Roo tried to help his friend by coughing loudly to distract Owl, while Tigger tried to put the pictures back in place. Then suddenly, while looking at the wall, Tigger had an idea. He would search for his own family tree. A tree that would be gigantical, stripedy, and full of Tiggers. And so, with Roo's help, Tigger searched the 100-acre wood for the tree filled with Tiggers. He searched high, he searched low, he searched near, he searched far. Woohoo! Tigger called, "Family, hello!" For hour after near weary hour, the two looked but found nothing. The other residents of 100-acre Wood were busy too. They were still helping one another prepare for winter. But when Pooh, Piglet and Eeyore find out that Tigger was looking for his family, they decided to help him instead. So off they went on their own quest for Tiggers. Meanwhile, Tigger and Roo had almost given up. They tired, twosome, trudged back to the Tigger's house. Where aren't those Tiggers anywhere? Tigger said it was... We have looked every which and where, not to mention right over here, there, and not a single stripy tree in sight. And just think, Tigger continued, if there were other Tiggers, we could all bounce the loop-de-dooper alley ooper bounce. Could you teach it to me? Begged Roo. I'm a real bouncer, please. That's ridiculous, Tigger answered. No offence, Roo boy, but I think you are a little on the smallish side of tiny for that. Roo tried the bounce anyway, but crashed things fell all around him. Tigger noticed a heart-shaped locket and picked it up. He eagerly looked inside the locket to see if there was a family picture, but the locket was empty, completely Tiggerless. Sighed Tigger. How am I supposed to find my family now? Then Tigger had a great idea. He would send his family a letter and invite him to his house. Roo eagerly helped his pal. When they had finished, they sent off Tigger's letter. Then they sat down to wait for the reply. Meanwhile, Pooh and Piglet and Eeyore weren't having much luck looking for Tigger's family. Eeyore found some bouncy animals, but they weren't the right sort of Tiggers. Pooh found some stripy animals in the tree. They reminded him of honeybees. It turned out they were honeybees, angry honeybees. All the while, Tigger and Roo waited for the answer to Tigger's letter. Soon, the first snow of winter began to fall. Roo became worried about his downhearted pal. So one night, he talked to his mother, Kanga. The next morning, Kanga and Roo gathered again together to write a pretend letter for Tigger's family. Dear Tigger, Elle began writing. Now, what else shall it say? How about dress warmly? Kanga suggested. Yes, Pooh agreed. And eat well. Stay safe and sound, advised Piglet. Keep smiling, Eeyore added. We are always there for you, Roo said. Wish you all the best, Elle concluded. Signed, your family. That night, they secretly placed the letter in Tigger's mailbox. Hoo 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 hoo! Tigger gleefully shouted the next day. Look what I've got, a letter from my very own family. Everyone smiled. Tigger was happy their plan was working. And the bestest part of it all is that they are coming to see me tomorrow. Tigger added. Everyone stopped smiling. They never wrote that. Where exactly does that say? Asked Al. With Tiggers, you have to read between the lines. Tigger explained. Tigger was so excited that his friends didn't have the heart to tell the truth. Luckily, Root came up with another plan. They would dress up like Tiggers and pretend to be Tigger's family. The next day, the pretend Tiggers knocked on the door. Surprise, they shouted, when Tigger opened the door. Tigger couldn't believe his eyes. Coming in, he eagerly invited. There's a lobster catching up in we got to do. Here, hey, who's up there? Some family type fun and games? Tigger offered. I know. Let's do what the Tiggers do best, bouncing. Let's do the whoopie doopie loopy doopie alley oopie bounce, cried Roo. But Roo tried the bounce. Not only did the crash again, but his mask also fell out. Tigger saw that his family of Tiggers were really his 800-acre wood friends. His fins were hurt. We only wanted to help, explained Pooh. That's all right, replied Tigger, sniffling. Somewhere out there is my family, and I'm gonna find them. So did you ta-ta forever? Tigger left the house and entered the cold forest all alone. Next morning, the terrible blizzard hit the 100-acre wood. Without Tigger, winter seemed much colder and much more unfriendly. Pooh, pleaded Boo, entering the bear's house. We've got to find Tigger. It's dangerous out there. So Pooh gently suggested that he, Piglet, Eel, Rabbit and Roo form an expedition to find their missing friend. Meanwhile, Tigger tramped through the deep snow, still searching for his family. Suddenly, he saw the biggest, tallest, grandest tree ever. I found it, he shouted, bouncing up the branches. Hello, is anybody home? He bounced through the branch to branch, looking for Tiggers, but he didn't find a single one. At the same time, Roo, Pooh, Piglet, Rabbit, and Effie and Eel bravely fought a freezing weather as they searched for Tigger. Tigger, Tigger, they called through the howling wind. Where are you? But Tigger didn't hear them. He sat on the lone branch and moaned. The big tree was empty. There was no family of Tiggers. Maybe they forgot I was coming, he said. Just then, spotted something far below him. It was his friends. Hey, he cried as soon as he had bounced down from a tree. What are you guys doing here? Suddenly, they came a loud, low rumbling sound. It was an avalanche. Snow roared down the mountainside. Come in, hurry, Tigger shouted, bouncing his friends up the tree to safety. Nighttime for Georgeline. Just when it seemed that everyone's safe, Tigger was swept away in the swirling snow. I'll save you, Tigger, Roo cried. There was only one to save Tigger. Roo wound himself and unleashed the mightiest whoop-de-dooper-loop-de-looper alley-ooper bounce ever. He grabbed Tigger and pulled him to safety. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, did it, Pooh. Tigger cheered. He bounced just as good as any Tigger could. Later, when everyone's safely home, Tigger held a party for his pals. He proclaimed, on the most occasion, my first is ever found uniting. I'd like to present each of the present. Tigger gave Eeyore a new house. Pooh some honey, Tigger firewood, and for Rabbit he promised always to do watch when he was bouncing. Last but not least, Tigger gave Pooh the heart-shaped locket, and inside the locket, Tigger put the picture of his very own family, his real family. The family Tigger had discovered he had all alone. Well, this is the end. So, I hope you enjoyed reading this book called Disney Storybook Tigger Movie. I hope you enjoyed reading this video to you guys. I hope you listened to me. It was so good challenging. It was so absolute entertaining to you guys. So that's it for all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit this bell notification. And don't forget to miss out. Don't forget to check out my future videos. You can also check out my social links just below for his description. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and my Facebook page. To support my exclusive content, you can also make a donation to my PayPal account. You can always welcome to make a PayPal. I will appreciate you guys. So that's it for now, and please stay tuned, and thank you very much. I hope you see you on another video.